66 in Montauk, 64 in Elizabeth, 68 in New York City. Alright, forecast discussion around the country. Heavy rainfall, luckily for the month of the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley. Comfortable temperatures and low humidity still on tap for the Midwest and the Eastern United States. Also, there will be a decreased chance of showers along the Appalachians on Friday and Saturday. After today's brutal heat across the eastern Washington and Oregon, a slow cool trend is likely over the next few days. A slow movement upper level disturbance will interact with a surprisingly significant front over the several plains with the moisture feeding northward from the Gulf of Mexico to generate moderate heavy rainfall threat and flooding from northern Texas across Oklahoma and Arkansas over the next several days. Northern front and boundary rain will combine with unseasonably cool temperatures both the south and the front, and heavy rainfall will occur as slow moving heavy thunderstorms likely from each day will form. A persistent area of high pressure and cooler and drier air has now reached much of the eastern United States. Will continue to influence the weather over the region for the next several days. While a low pressure system over the southern plains is responsible for heavy rainfall, there moisture begin to creep eastward across the lower Mississippi Valley on Friday and begin to move north and eastward into the Tennessee valleys and Appalachians on Saturday with increased chance of showers. And however, temperatures will continue to be quite as moderate across much of the days, but the next several days, except the Gulf Coast and Florida. The extreme heat experienced today will, for the Western Oregon border, will diminish over the next few days, over the long-term still shows the potential for a weather intense surge of heat next week over the much of the west, and scattered showers and thunderstorms will be continue to affect parts of the far west for the next few days in the afternoon and evening hours. The next few days here. Forecast discussion in New England here. Cold front will slowly move out short this morning, followed by high pressure Friday front this weekend. This high pressure may persist into the middle of next week, bringing mainly dry weather. Near term until 6 p.m. this evening, 2:45 a.m. update. A slow moving cold front has finally worked its way into southeast Massachusetts and Rhode Island. This is now back home in the U.S. this morning. Will continue to plot its way offshore this morning. The latest winds in HRR as well as the 000 NAM appear to have a good handle on the rainfall moving northeast. Here's the blended streak pops this morning. We'll need to keep an eye on some radar echoes moving across the eastern Long Island. So far, no reports rainfall at that particular echo. Mid-level front stabilizes a bit today. Southwest flow aloft will continue to be slow progress for a cold front near Cape Cod and the islands this morning. Cannot rule out a subshowers this morning until this cold front pushes well east of the Massachusetts for Nantucket. This should mean at least a chance of showers into the late morning hours. Dry weather with mostly sunny skies. Farther inland, 2 points mainly in the 50s will result in a much more comfortable humidity than in the past few days. Across the 2 points across Cape Cod and the islands will be in the 60s. Seasonal maximum temperatures today with local sea breeze anticipated along with coastal to make these areas slightly cooler. And
very crowded Republican field and some really yellow flags for Christie.
A ton. You know, there's a reason. If he's going to run for president, then he's got a lot of work to do, and he needs to be sitting in.
Nothing brewing in the tropics in the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific here. And let's take a look at the latest on Remsen here.
To look at unfavorable ratings. Well, look at this. Chris Christie starts out as the most unpopular Republican among the Iowa Republicans thinking about running for president. We put him in the order here. Paul is seen as sort of the most popular, but Christie, the least.
And Remsen has completely disappeared off the map here. So it means it
by conservatives. They don't like that.
Weekend here.
During Sandy, they don't like things like.
Alright, let's take a look at today's severe weather outlook here. A slight risk of weather in north central Texas. That means the Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland, Texas areas could be having the slight risk of severe weather. Large hail, damaging winds. A few isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. Here.
Where Barack Obama caught her. This time, her numbers in Iowa and New Hampshire.
And then take a look at our fire weather outlook. It's a crud elevated outlook from eastern Washington and north Oregon, and a critical fire range from east central Washington and north central Oregon. So, larger population centers in the critical fire risk area be Yakima, Washington, Kennewick, Washington, Richland, Washington, and Pasco, Washington, Wenatchee, Washington. Here. Alright, let's take a look at
that does the best against Hillary Clinton in Iowa, New Hampshire.
Our today's temperature outlook: 80 for Boston, 80 for Worcester, 82 for Hartford, 82 New York, 79 in Albany, 74 in Rutland, 83 in Concord, New Hampshire, and 80 Portland, Maine. So,
the actual Republican frontrunner, right?
Today's temperature outlook will be 74 to 83 degrees here.
Hey.
Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, most of the skies at 82 degrees west with about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Tonight, forecast skies on 61 degrees, a light variable wind. Friday, set skies at 81 degrees north with about 6 miles per hour. Friday night, patchy fog after 5 a.m. otherwise mostly clear skies with low at 60 degrees. Light variable wind. Saturday, patchy fog before 8 a.m. otherwise mostly set skies at 81 degrees and calm wind becoming east around 5 miles by the afternoon. Saturday night, forecast skies low at 61 degrees. Sunday, mostly set skies at 80 degrees. Sunday night, forecast skies low at 60 degrees. And Monday, mostly set skies at 79 degrees. Monday night, forecast skies low at 61 degrees. Tuesday, mostly set skies at 83 degrees. Tuesday night, Boston coast skies low at 66 degrees, and Wednesday, Boston skies are higher at 86 degrees.
Buses carrying migrant children. Why are you allowing these children to be...
Peter, what a phrase of the day. A terrific first-hand tap and a beautiful switch of weather in store.
School bus filled with children.
Peter, Channel News Time, 7:11. Time now for the traffic report. Traffic especially on the northbound side of Little Sulphur and the Braintree split all the way down for the Mass Avenue exit here. 93 South Little Sulphur, Medford Fells Reservation down with the Aiken Bridge on the southbound side. Southbound Route 1, Little Sulphur, Everett on to the Tobin Bridge 2-2. Road construction on the left lane close on Tobin Bridge southbound between Chelsea Curves and Tobin Bridge toll stop and go traffic from Revere Beach Parkway, Route 16 Revere to the Tobin Bridge on the southbound side of Route 1. 120 on the westbound side of Little Sulphur from Reading all the way up to Waltham here. 95. 128 northbound Little Sulphur from Westwood all the way down to Dedham. And 24 north Little Sulphur from Harrison Boulevard and Avon Dew. 128 due to an accident on the ramp. From 24 north to 128 south, and also in Milton, an accident left lane blocked in Route 128 northbound and exit 3, Puckbach, Houghton's Park, stop and go traffic from exit 4, Route 24 at Randolph Fair. And Route 3 is modified on both sides from Braintree down to Sagamore, 95 modified from 128 to the Randolph border, otherwise 24 is good to go from 128 in Randolph to the Fall River at the Randolph border. And for that, I stopped out an incident as you between 1A and Route 1 in Red-Beard, but otherwise a good commute on 495 from Ainsbury all the way down to Wareham. Route 3 South Little Slow from 495 and Old down to North Millwicker, and an incident on Route 3 northbound in between the Chelsea and Low stretches, but 395 a good go from 128 to the
on a federal charge of possessing and producing a biological toxin.
New Hampshire border area, and TP Deal Tunnels modified store drivers of modified here.
Bloomberg's gun control group in 2013.
Mass Pike and eastbound side of Little Sulphur from Route 9 in Framingham to Route 30 in Natick due to an accident on Mass Pike westbound in Framingham and Budweiser. Good commute on the Pike from Worcester all the way out to Boston here. And all the Rhode Island highways are modified and the Cape and Twain and modified from Buzzard Bay down through Falmouth, and Route 6 modified from Sagamore down to Orleans here. And 195 modified from Providence all the way out to Wareham here. And Peter, Channel News Time, 7:14. And it's time now for the latest in the news. In Gaza City, residents in the battle coastal enclave of Gaza rushed out of doors Thursday morning to take advantage of about 5 hours. Humanitarian troops agreed upon the Israeli military and Hamas militants, which began just after it was Israel bombed. As Israel its first casualty in a week-long conflict with Hamas militants, and an Israeli civilian was killed on Tuesday by a rocket fire from the Gaza Strip following Hamas rejection of an in Egypt brokered ceasefire, and an Israeli comes under pressure to halt civilian deaths. The army has released footage which purports to show airstrikes to Gaza being aborted due to civilian presence. Washington and Moscow. President Barack Obama imposed sanctions on some of Russia's biggest firms for the first time, striking at the heart of Vladimir Putin's power base by targeting companies closer to the home over, and Moscow's failed to curb it. Militants armed with rocket-propelled grenades and attacked Kabul International Airport at Afghan capital on Thursday when one of the most audacious assaults on the facility used by both civilians and the military. in a year. Step aside, Steve Rogers. There's a new Captain America in town, and he's one of your best friends after making a big announcement about the new female Thor. Marvel Entertainment doubled down this week by announcing a new hero. European Union watchdogs in the privacy plan to erase concerns about the implementation by Google Incorporated of the block's new meant to be forgotten rule in a meeting with search engines next week. EU privacy officials said Thursday raised the perspective of conflict. Severe back pain, 2 crashes in a chest fracture forced American Edward Talatsky to become the latest top rider to bed to the Tour de France on Thursday.
Up to 4 to 5 inches of rain north of Dallas into central Oklahoma, and you look at the
Wednesday, Governor Deval Patrick,
Arkansas, Louisiana.
Massachusetts governor told reporters that he was looking into ways to help the Obama administration deal with tens of thousands of illegal immigrant children flooding across the United States. In Damascus, Bashar al-Assad was sworn in on Wednesday as Syria's president for a new term after the election is opponents dismissed as a sham, but his supporters say proven to be a rebel and unseated but failed after 3 terms. Chile, at least 14 Asian troops were killed when the government attacked the checkpoints and from what should be mounted the deadliest military strike in the North African country armed forces.
2014 ATS for around $299 a month and make this the summer.
Residents of 860 homes in Washington State have been told to leave, and at least 800 more houses are affected by a wildfire that has raced across 2 square miles of forest part
Still quite a bit of cloud.
of the area's main roads are closed and raised a plume of smoke.
Clouds will thin on out.
A wild bank robbery chase that saw 2 hostages thrown from the getaway car and suspects sprained bullets ended in gunfight and 3 people dead in Stockton, California.
Pretty much that pattern continues as
In business news, to clinch a deal to buy Time Warner Incorporated Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox Global did not need to raise the value of that. John C. Malone, Liberty Global in London agreed to buy.
Sergeant Bill Burke.
In London, John C. Malone's Liberty Global agreed on Thursday to buy a minority stake in the British broadcaster ITV, further expanding the international cable company to reach into Europe. Washington, the U.S. Labor
To question him about
Department reports that the number of people who applied for unemployment benefits last week. The report will release at 8:30 a.m. Shares in town car market Fiat Chrysler automobile have been risen on the back of a report that German auto group Volkswagen held its stocks.
military law.
In technology news, Microsoft reportedly has announced its biggest round of layoffs in its history on Thursday. It's massive change brought by the new CEO Satya Nadella started taking hold of struggling IT giant.
Military.
Details that have emerged in Apple's out-of-court settlement with 33 U.S. states that accuse the company of hacking up e-book prices. It'll be some time before the dust settles after the expected partnership announced on Tuesday between Apple and IBM.
Coming to public pressure on this. No, I really.
But one thing is good, this will change the dynamic of the enterprise mobility market in significant ways.
Consternation among some people about
Here's an easy solution to fill at least one of the Saturday Night Live's cast of vacancies hired Drake.
really
Host Drake speaks on stage during the 2014
Sergeant Burke.
ESPYs at Northgate Theater, Los Angeles. Here,
Concern.
a month after Casey Case's after the case between his wife and children made
Now had the chance to sit down face.
unresolved. A month after his after body rape, radio presenter Casey Kasem remains unburied.
What to expect. What I can say is that my meeting with
Are you someone that detests change? Well, if you are a Marvel Comics fan, you may not be happy to see all the changes that Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man are currently going through.
chemistry is productive.
Ever since the release of the movie Jurassic Park, the Velcro variant has been a tough competition with Tyrannosaurus Rex, the most and dangerous dinosaur of all time. It had been there to the race to develop space technology. United Arab Emirates launched its Project Send an unmanned spaceship to Mars by 2021, which will go down in history as the first space mission from the Arab world.
Parents, I am machine.
In health news, India has the 3rd highest number of people living with HIV in the world, with 2.1 million Indians according for, and about 4 out of 10 people affected with the deadly virus in the Asia Pacific region, according to the UN report.
The guy against his own words.
The Dispatch Republican Affairs team tucks its politics and tackles state and federal government issues at the Buckeye 4 podcast. You're right to know. In London, common nails used by millions of children have been found to curtail the height standing growth by around a half centimeter. Albuquerque, New Mexico, active Veterans Affairs Secretary Sloan Gibson is scheduled to visit the Veterans Affairs Hospital in Albuquerque as New Mexico system works to whittle down its patient waiting list. And going on pacemakers are a step closer to reality after a pioneering experiment in pigs, and scientists turn heart cells into pacemaker cells by injecting in the gene.
And, so you want to stay in the military? He's looking forward to the day he can get out. I think he's ready for the next chapter.
Alright, let's take a look at our latest top report at 20 minutes after 7 o'clock at 7:20 in the morning time here.
All right, now, thank you. We got Carson here watching. There's a little chatter about the Natalie and Jenna Clip experiment.
Are you guys hashtag no way or hashtag no fear? Would you do that?
No way.
100 miles an hour, 200.
Dow futures 17,008, down 49. S&P futures 96.25, down 10.5, and
No, that's all right. We've got the hashtags. I'm walking in the orange room.
Nasdaq futures 3902.50, down 20 points. In the European market here,
No way. Let us know. Tweet it.
DAX 97.57.58, down 101.69. FTSE 6733.18, down 31.49, and
There's a plane leaving for Denver.
CAC 40.43.12.05, down 48.01. In Asia, Nikkei 15.370.26, down 9.04. Shanghai 20.55.59, down 11.69. And HSI 23.520.87,
Sit down and
down 2.41. In U.S. markets, Dow 17.1320, up 77.52. SP 519.1.57, up 8.29, and Nasdaq 44.25.97, up 9.58. Oil 102.21, up 101, and Brent 107.70, up 53 cents, and Nat gas 4.09, down 0.029,
$219 a month lease.
and gold 34.40, up 4.60. Silver 20.84, up 0.065, and copper 3.2065, down 0.008.
Let's go places.
Bonds, US 10-year yield 2.5052%, down 0.033. Germany 10-year yield 1.165%, down 0.027, and Japan 10-year yield 0.532, down 0.006. And
Extraordinary films of the 20th.
European US dollar 1.3528, up 0.0003, up 0.02%, and US dollar Japanese yen 101.43, down 24 cents, and a Great Britain pound US dollar 1.7105, down 0.0031. And quick look at the sports here. Tiger Woods got off to a rough start to the first round of British Open Thursday before settling down with a 36 on the front nine, and
Crazy. So we've got an idea that's 20
the New England Revolution get pounded by LA Galaxy 5-1 here.
as much as you want.
In Alabama news, Alabama area spread the west from stormy weather. Fire terrorists fight the Alabama apartment building, and Chatfield Brothers dominated Alabama Area Golf Association Junior Tour League.
And it's going on now.
And Mansfield Superintendent of Schools accused of plagiarism resigns here. Seattle's top Red Sox as best team at SBs. Maybe we should divide Massachusetts in multiple states. No! The press may love trees, but trees don't love this press. And used cars can potentially created for cheaper deals. And as for Massachusetts in multiple states, keep Massachusetts the way it is.
Way to enhance your meat.
And this is going to be it on this Thursday morning, July 17, 2014. Pete Wiggins saying you have a good day. I will see you at 12:30 p.m. Have a good day with a good positive attitude, and have a good morning.